Okay, the respiratory system by, of course, me, Wes Bradley. In the presentation, we will discuss the positive feedback loops and the negative feedback loops of the respiratory system. Okay, so the basics. Oxygen-rich air is breathed in and carbon dioxide-rich air is exhaled. So low oxygen blood enters the lungs and exchanges for oxygen, and oxygen-rich blood leaves the lungs. Extremely tiny alveoli have come very close, allowing for gas transfer between the lungs and blood, which is how the blood is reoxygenated. So the heart is what powers the respiratory system. It moves blood around. And then this allows for oxygen transfer throughout the body, basically keeping you alive. So the heart is muscle that receives an electrical pulse, causing it to pump blood throughout the body. And it does this for your entire life, doing it about 3.35 billion times throughout a lifetime. So CO2-loaded blood comes from the body and is pumped into the lungs to be oxygenated. And then oxygen-rich blood is pumped into the body for use. So your heart pumps oxygen-rich blood through your entire body, and this flows into tiny vessels where, like the alveoli, it comes very close to cells, which allows oxygen transfer to the cells. So then oxygen-depleted blood moves from the tiny vessels into larger arteries and back into your heart, and then the heart pumps the blood back into your lungs, and the cycle continues. So negative or a positive feedback loop. So this system can fall under both negative and positive feedback loops, depending on the circumstances. However, it is usually a negative feedback loop. So negative feedback loop explanation. So usually the respiratory system is a negative feedback loop because breathing involuntarily occurs because sensors in the brain pick up oxygen levels are low and increases breathing and heart rate, restoring oxygen levels. Positive feedback loop explanation. When exercising, the brain will increase the heart rate and breathing rate as much as possible, but there's a limit to this, however. So if you work out too hard, you might pass out or even have a heart attack. So in conclusion, breathing is good. You will breathe without thinking, negative feedback loop, and exercising is good and will increase heart rate, positive feedback loop, and of course, potatoes are just